Back to some professional Starcraft 2. I'm excited to bring you a match from the, and I quote, WardiTV Summer Championship Pool Party Kickoff Main Event. Because if there's one thing I know about Wardy, I know he loves pool parties. So, with all that said, some very exciting players to splash around with. Let me introduce you into a man who's making a name for himself outside of a cheeky build, but becoming one of the best Protoss players in Europe and the world. Storm Gaming's MaxPax. Another young Protoss. I believe he's 17 now? Damn kids these days. But outside of just a cheesy PvT build, becoming... I've already said all this. You already did the intro part. Do the other dude. A little bit older, more experienced. Also a bit of a stylistic player himself. The low economy, high efficiency Zerg. It is Bly. Honestly, I think MaxPax must kill Bly in order to become the wildcard player of EU. Bly has historically held that role. He's always been the guy who's been willing to do proxy hatches or quick nidus or queen. Like, he has never... He did queen pushes well before it was cool. All right. He's been ahead of the curve, behind the curve, outside of the curve. So much so, he both always and never cuts corners. But we'll see. I think these two are very similar in very different ways. So it should be an exciting and dramatic series, which could also mean very one-sided. I'm not sure. Anything could happen in this pool party. Wait, let me read it again. WardiTV Summer Championship 2021 Pool Party Kickoff Main Event. So I don't know if this is like the starting event, or if like it's part of the tournament, or it is the... Either way, I'm already excited. So the Zerglings just kind of run in. You're gonna see the Stargate. So far, MaxPax mostly sticking... Oh, and then there's two more late. They're just kind of... Okay. There's also an Adept on the high ground. Okay, so this is how the Zerglings got in. The Adept making sure none of these drones are very happy about living here. The Zerglings killed 3 probes, whereas the Adept has heavily discouraged and killed now 1 drone. So we're off to exactly the start I'd expect from these two. Both players killing workers in awkward and unwieldy ways. Bly gets the better of this one, though. Like, he really should not be losing any probes to slowlings against a hatch first. And it was a hatch first. He just kind of ran the lings in. But at the same time, it's been a while since I saw one Adept killing any drones at the beginning of the game. So here we are. Oracle coming in. The Spore Crawler that Bly was kind of obligated to build against the Adept in order to dodge the glaives ends up being helpful against the Oracle, and I'm sure he left it because he saw the Stargate with Zerglings. MaxPax just slams down a 3rd. Just puts it out there, says, what are you going to do about it?
Swarm forces under attack.
Well, Bly doesn't know about it yet. Also, Bly has not gotten Zergling speed. He's got a Roach Warren on the way. He's building 2 more gases. He's got a Stasis Ward annoying him in his 3rd. Also, I think it's pretty suspicious that he's taking any gases there. This is a Ravager Queen push, right? We don't got a lair. We don't got Zergling speed. It looks like Bly gonna do what he's so well known for. Corrosive Blyles. Though, well, we'll see how it plays out. You never really know with these two. Because MaxPax looks like he's just going to continue building Void Race. Though he does have 2 Oracles. No one, like, the left hand doesn't always know what the right hand is doing. with these two. And I'm not even particularly confident they have hands, but 3 drones go down. Void Ray comes back to the left. Gonna see the roaches. Get out of here! The queens have strong words and stronger knitting needles, but only marginally stronger. The roaches... Is he gonna pull the queens? He's not moving out. He's just... Well, he's an archaeologist. Here. Awkwardly, the Oracle doesn't really have enough energy. Yeah, just revelation. I don't know what you expected to see. The roaches are still killing the rocks. Oh, did he get... No. Oh, he did get Ling Speed. I'm sorry. I don't know when he got it. But he does have Ling Speed for all 6 of his Zerglings. This does look like a delayed queen push. I guess these roaches were in case of a big adept follow-up, which is not an uncommon strategy. Oh! If only they had one more range. Intern, get on it. There's 3 Void Rays out here, because of course he knows where the queens are. What a awkward start to this game. Like, Bly is going to do a Ravager Ling push, and he's gonna pull the queens, but MaxPax fully knows this is happening. And it's such a late push. Oh, here come the Ravagers, right? Let me see those juicy cocoons. A lot of people don't like watching the cocoons morph. But those people... Don't judge. We're not here to judge. So, 6 Void Rays, 8 Queens, the Octo Queen push. Corrosive Bliles. The Oracles slide slowly to the left. Oh. The Queens... Get out of the way! 2 at a time! 2 at a time! Susan! Move! Come on! Orderly fashion! The Bliles coming through, the Lings breaking in. Just like these pushes usually go, an awkward, like, slow-moving start. It's actually one of the most drawn-out engagements in the meta right now. Because both sides have a lot of healing potential via shield batteries and just queens in general. So there's not that much actual attacking damage for either side. Like, if the Biles don't land, it looks like MaxPax is holding. I think. He's also got 15 more probes, so if Bly gets pushed back here, the queens are holding. Some more Zerglings trying to find their way in. Shield battery overcharge is on cooldown. It was used a little earlier on. The queens still just chipping away. The Ravagers zoning out the Void Race. The Void Race taking a lot of damage. Ooh, Danger Ball online. The queens and Ravagers so thick. Oh, triple kill! The backbone of the queens shattered, and with it, most anti-air opportunities. A whole lot of probes are dying as well. The mech-based army composition will survive here. More cannons are warping in outside of the attack. They quit. No! You guys told me 6:30. We were using Zulu time. I know. So this, yeah, it did feel like it was a little late on the draw from Bly, as he just kind of shambled over there when the third base was already fully up and running, which isn't necessarily too late. But the fact that MaxPax was able to get disruptors out was the nail in the coffin here for so many of those queens. There are Hydras on the way, and Bly is possibly the best player outside of Dark at playing low economy Zerg. He is uncomfortably comfortable at playing with less than 50 drones. I'm not sure where he gets all the minerals from, but we don't ask. Oh, I'm surprised at losing a queen and a spore without any transfuse. Alright. The Void Rays, a bit of an unwieldy unit, to be honest. They're very ambitious. They really try to... Oh my. Void Rays on their own get themselves into trouble. You see, that shark knows. The Void Rays will recall out of vision range of anyone but the shark, and the Zergs, for some reason, don't have infested sharks, which seems like a real oversight on their part, as most of the planets are made of water. I assume. Kerrigan really should have thought of that. Anyways. The Void Rays, just the implied existence of the Void Rays is keeping a lot of Bly's units at home. Though he did come back. He's playing mech. Right now, MaxPax is playing mech. He's got some zealots in there, but they're just like for administrative oversight. He's got, right now, an Immortal, 4 Disruptors, 2 Carriers, 7 Void Rays. Unfortunately, the Protoss never learned to repair their units because that technology was lost, or so, I don't know why. It's weird. They have to call in the Terrans to repair their Void Rays, and they're much too proud for that. He's got 7 Void Rays, an Oracle. We're building carriers now, so it's starting to end up at one of those games we're used to seeing. Bly has managed to scrape together 67 drones in a 4th base, so the game will go on. Bly has not fallen to the counterattack, as it was unlikely to be. And he didn't just tap out because the queen push failed. Wow, +3 air weapons on the way. That is a very quick +3 air for how this goes. Oh, goodbye, Oracle. And the creep spread, I mean, there was a queen push earlier, but still, the creep spread is oppressive right now. Did he just fungal to kill an observer? And why not? Energy's essentially free if you wait long enough. Another observer, though, gonna help clear the creep away from the 4th. Now place your bets on what other spells those infestors will use. We see Microbial Shroud. Not a bad choice against a non-storm army, but the disruptors are an obvious danger here. A few disruptors in the main chunkiness of that Zerg ball, and things fall apart. Both sides have very capable armies for killing each other. Like, we will see. Oh my god. The good old days of Fungal actually stunning things and Ravagers count. Oh my god, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh, juicy hit! Another double kill! He whips out another one! Zoning out for the army. He's got one more shot. Oh, devastating strikes. But that actually was all the disruptor shots. Like, Bly is so good at this. Well, he's target firing. He's making sure. Where did the queens come from? Where were you ladies? Better late than never. Oh my god, he's killing the disruptors. The queens are holding it together. There's a few hydras. I don't think there's enough hydras. I think those disruptor shots are too much. Bly still has a surprising amount of units left together. One disruptor did live. He's fighting the interceptors, which is always a weird call to make. It's hard to tell when that's the better call than just trying to kill the carriers. But the carriers have pretty significant upgrades, and it's not getting any easier. The 1 HP disruptor. Oh no, 8 HP, 1 kill. Looking to make up for its failure. It looks like we're reaching that inevitable conclusion here. Alright, he gets the Ruptor, but the interceptors are out. Looks like charge is done. The Zealots will tank on the ground. And the Golden Swarm will overwhelm the Zerg one. And there it goes. MaxPax locks it down a little more awkwardly than I thought he would at the start. But a bit of a messy game. But MaxPax holds on. Bly kind of just slapped together a queen push. it didn't feel like he had much urgency. And the most important part of the queen push is not so much hitting quickly, but hitting with the right amount of units. Of course, at some point, that right amount gets far too high. We'll see. We're on a nice, close, and personal map for Game 2 in this pool party. It is Beckett Industries, where even queens can get across the map in a relatively timely manner, thanks to the WLAs throughout the center, and the fact that there just isn't that much space in between the players. Shortest rush test. Where's the drone gonna go? Oh! You slide, dog. Or is he? It's unclear. Is he waiting? Okay, so Bly outplayed MaxPax, and then he underplayed, and then... Okay. At some point, the probe has to go check if it's a pool first. And technically it's a pool first, but I think it's more of a, I guess I'm not taking my natural, so I'll go pool first, which is not as fun as a Zerg player. But he does end up with his natural, which is nice. Not something you can say very often in this matchup. From here, well, we'll see if MaxPax decides to just send his units across the map again. It was quite an awkward start. Really trying to abuse the little high ground location and the fact he forced Bly into the third in that last game. What are we going to have this time around? Doesn't look like a Stargate at all. Maybe some glaives. Always good to mix in. It's important as a Protoss, even now, to have a few cards to play. While on the ladder, you can have your barcode-oriented strategy. In a best of anything series, doing the same strategy 2, 3, 5 times in a row is going to net you decreasing success. What also nets you decreasing success is letting Zerglings in your base. That's also not great. It's a little bit of a different theme. Though he is killing drones. So I guess we're doing this again. The probes killed the Zerglings, well, with the help of the Adept, but I'm going to give the probes credit for this one. The Adept gets 2 lings, or 2 drones, and then does get taken out. MaxPax has gone with the classic just build gateways meta. He's adding on a Twilight now, but the reason why Bly didn't actually see anything in his base is because there was nothing to see. He's just... Alright, Twilight. Robo. It's looking like glaives are charged right now. He's relatively minimal on the gas and has a lot of gateways. We will see. Glaives it is. Just sprinting towards it with the chrono boost. Though, kind of awkwardly timed, because he did go for the gateways first. The Twilight is relatively late, even with chrono boost to help it out. Thing is, Bly doesn't have a third. So, attacking with Glaive to Depths into someone who's doing a 2-base Roach all-in is going a bit against the grain. Bly just kind of chilling on 2 bases back here. Yeah, the Glaive to Depths are great against most other Zergs who like to, you know, like have like 40+ drones. But Bly, on the other hand, not such an economic enthusiast. A Ling drop. Subtle, cheap, but very often effective, especially nowadays. People don't expect it. It's just kind of... Oh, is that a hard wall? We're going to find out. There's also Lings in the main, and MaxPax is supply bot. You just finished a pylon. But Glaives isn't done. The Lings can kill one Adept. Like, they'll take one while warping in. Yep, the Adepts very unhappy to see this Evo chamber. Not a bad drop. Like, killing 5-6 probes, it's already paid for itself. Any amount of warp-ins, he broke through the evolution chamber. But once again, he's fighting into a defensive position. Bly has been building roaches already. He was unprovoked building roaches. That was just what he was doing. So, right now, MaxPax is trying to go directly into a wall of roaches. They're really... Adepts can always find damage. The question is, at what cost? Adepts have ways of getting into places they should never be. But when you continue warping them in and don't have any other sort of tech behind it, that's when things go wrong. Oh, wow. MaxPax is adding on an Immortal. He's got a Stargate on the way. He's got 2 Stargates on the way, which is a significant commitment. I mean, it feels like a bit of a reach, especially for someone who was mining minimal gas for a while, but there's a very real chance that he just dies to a big roach. A roach? Well, he never killed the Overlord. Why not? Ugh, there's creep in my main! Bye. Hello. You kind of gave yourself away here. Fortunately for MaxPax, the Immortal pops out. He's gonna kill some probes. And another Immortal will give a strong talking to any amount of roaches, and the roaches will cower in fear. The Adepts not stopping the roaches from killing 10 more probes, though. Like, that's not bad. Thing is, Bly does only have 46 drones, because that's like... 46 drones for Bly is like 100 for Raynor. Okay, so that's a Phoenix. Has he seen the Spire, or does he just smell the Mutas? He does. Are we gonna go Sky Zerg versus Phoenix with roaches? Wow. And Bly just decides, well, screw that Spire. I guess we'll just go kill him. As a great man once said, if he's doing something weird, go fucking kill him. And Bly is very much one to embody that. Yeah, roaches... Phoenix is not a great counter to Mass Roach. I don't think I'm making a bold statement in saying that. Like, Void Ray's better. Like, 6 Phoenixes are against 19 roaches and 7 Ravagers. Okay. The Phoenixes are coming back. I don't know what you expected. He's just gonna try to slam the door down. FB Bly, open up! Yeah, a couple lifts. He's gonna deal with some of the corrosives. The Ravagers themselves being whittled down. The 3rd Nexus. Okay, you know what? I guess it was enough. Well, that was the worst of both worlds there for Bly. He didn't really kill much of the army. And he didn't kill the 3rd. So, that was a whole lot of almost nothing there. Yeah, that was not good. Okay. Well, Corruptors are out. And another awkward fight. Somehow there are more roaches in the main. Wait, how did they even get in there? Does he have Burrow? Was there a Dropper Lord? No, he's lost the one. He lost the Dropper Lord earlier. They just walked in, I think. I don't... How did this happen? Yeah, only one Dropper Lord has died. So I assume the army was slightly out of position and they just kind of walked in. So now the economies are a little more even. Some real weird... Like, we are really just breaking out the variety pack today. Roach, Ravager, Corruptor against Immortal, Adept, Phoenix. With some Queens and Lings in the mix, as well as Stalkers. And now, where do these roaches keep coming from? 2 roaches and 1 roach doing the inspirational rain dance that inspires roaches to do maximum damage. Very important. He lifts them up. He has nothing else that shoots up, so this does create a bit of an awkward scenario. 9 drones go down. Adepts in the main, as they're just kind of vomiting units all over each other. Speaking of vomiting, the Corruptors are here, and Caustic Spray is back on the menu. While the Void Rays can charge up and deal with this, the Corruptors are just kind of bullying things out of the sky. So 3 Void Rays are going to be picked off. Well, 2 Void Rays and 1 shield battery overcharge. The Stalkers have to shamble their way back downstairs. Caustic Spray, the Roaches started it, but the Corruptors will finish it. Spray it into the gutter. There goes the 3rd, killed by Corruptors, so you can check that one off your bingo card. Bly now has 60 drones and 4 bases against 61 probes, but only 2 Nexi. So there are too many mineral patches and not enough Nexi. Well, there are too few mineral patches with Nexi next to them. And now I'm confusing myself. You get it. You've seen what's happened. I'm not going to speak numbers any... Stop. Stop.
The numbers don't
Stop
lie.
it. Anyways,
And they spell
numbers
disaster for you.
do not have very much effect on the outcome of these games. Like, Rainer versus Clem or something, or Showtime versus, I don't know, Cyril. Then you can look at the supply and the worker count and the upgrades, and that means something. But here we are. So MaxPax is getting a 3rd Nexus, a Fleet Beacon, and a 3rd Stargate, which, like, hopefully has like a low-interest loan for all that, because I have no idea how he plans to afford it. Whereas Bly has Ling Roach Ravager, and not nearly enough of it, it seems, to do much. And nothing actually kills the Void Rays here. But the Corruptors are going for the natural! MaxPax select all armied away from it for a sec. The shield battery overcharge isn't enough. The real corrosive Bile is the Caustic Spray! And the Corruptors rack up Nexus kill number 2. Okay. I choose to believe, before the fight, the Corruptors just Caustic Spray into the cauldrons of the Ravagers. And that's where they get the biles from. And then they just kind of spit it out occasionally when they work up the strength to it. And that's disgusting. And so is this creep spread for someone who has really not had that many queens throughout this game. He's at 3 queens, and he's lost 0. Bly's been working off bare bones composition here. He's now adding some infestors, flux veins on the way. Yeah, MaxPax is really... He's in kind of a weird space. It's felt like he's had the army to fight. If only he lifted an immortal to save it, but then it got hit by corrosive bile, because of course it did. It feels like MaxPax is putting up his fists for a fight, and then Bly comes in and just, like, gives him a wet willy and then steals his shoes. And then MaxPax is walking around, and that's when Bly breaks a bottle and shatters the glass all over the floor. And then MaxPax is walking all over the glass like, ow, that hurts a lot. And then he punches Bly in the face a few times, and Bly just smiles and kills his 4th. And here we are. I guess we're base trading. That is a lot of Void Rays. Okay. So he's building Corruptors, which are not great against Void Rays, even without the prismatic alignment. He's chasing down the Corruptors, which just don't have the numbers. +1 air attack for both sides. The 3rd base is gone again. MaxPax microing away. He's got Flux Veins. 1 Void Ray really carrying the group project right now. As Bly is going to lead the Void Rays back home. Shield Battery Overcharge doesn't do too much here. There's enough Corruptors to maybe kill the Void Rays at the natural. Corruptors coming back. 3rd Hatchery is under attack. If the Void Rays could ever just focus on anything for more than a couple seconds. There should be enough Void. He's shooting himself. So Bly just killed half his Ravagers to try to kill the Void Rays, which is maybe a little much even for Bly. And that will allow the supplies to even out. So here we are. 15 Void Rays against 14 Corruptors. The Void Rays win this fight. Asterisk. Some Queens producing. The Zerglings are killing the long-distance mining probes, of which there's a surprisingly high number. 1 Viper! When did he get a hive? 1 parasitic bomb. It won't kill the Void Rays. It does 120 damage. Or is it 125? I don't know either way. The Void Rays have 250 effectively. 2 Vipers, and it doesn't stack, but it could do enough damage to allow the Corruptors to run the table. So he needs enough, and where did the Viper go? Does anybody see, where's the Viper? Oh my god, it does not have energy. He needs that energy. The Void Rays charge up. He's gonna kill, okay, he doesn't have nearly enough. Without Parasitic Bomb, that Viper is useless. Okay, alright, the Corruptors are microing back. Another Viper pops out, maybe at the worst possible time. Bly is running out of actually mining. Creep doesn't do anything but spot at this stage. So, MaxPax is long-distance mining. Somehow Bly still has enough money to continue producing anything. Oh wait, the hatch lived! Wait, why? What? How? He has 35 drones. That's kind of a big mistake. The creep is now closing in. The parasitic bomb is he sees the Viper. The observer's right there. Where's the parasitic bomb? Where is it? He's pre-splitting. That's a terrible parasitic bomb. The charged up Void Rays, though, they're hitting the Queens. Not the ideal target. The Corruptor's working around the edges, which is kind of surprisingly effective. MaxPax he's microing way too much, I think. I think there are enough Corruptors. But what if there were Zealots? Now that I think about it, it feels like there should be Zealots somewhere. I mean, oh, where did these drones come from? Those drones were sent to the reservation upstate, but they came back, and now this is an awkward talking to for the children. Yeah, Bly just had a reserve contingent. The hatchery still lived through all that. Pommy has had enough of this mess. And I don't blame him, but there's still game to go. Was that a probe? There's 12 Corruptors, and that's the army. Oh, he built a roach. How do you kill the stalkers? That's too many... That's too many stalkers. The probes are now clearing creep because there's no one else left. The Void Rays are spotted wherever they go because Bly has map hacks right now with this creep spread. But the Corruptors hunt down and kill 2 more Void Rays. Another base down. Bly actually has 58 drones and he can only mine off of like 16 of them effectively. I don't know if we'll ever see another base taken in this game. A hallucinated Phoenix will angrily stare down the Vipers. That Viper has full energy. There's a lot of energy between them. But at this point, well, the production tab's empty. Let's just go to the unit tab, please. Thank you. Yeah, the production tab was never going to be very helpful here. It hasn't been helpful since the start of the series, really, but it's even less now. Fungal. They don't have Blink either, so the Fungal just icing on the cake. A Fungal into Blinding Cloud. Oh, he can't shoot the Vipers! Bly is closing in! The armies are tiny again. Oh, but 2 Void Rays! Oh, here come the Corruptors! Remember them? But there's enough Roach Ravager. I think it's enough. Bly seems to have dragged this one out. I don't know why. Okay, so MaxPax is coming down with 4 Stalkers, which is quite optimistic. He snipes an Overseer. And if that Dark Shrine was 100% more done than it currently is, that might have mattered. It does look like Bly has held it together. He's packing taped up once again. All right. Bly should win. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that means game 3. What an experience. But I think it's best. Jimmy says time to take a quick advertising break, and then we will see the dramatic conclusion of whatever this is. Thank you for watching. I'll be right back. Hey everybody! Remember, when you want to regain your sanity, maybe get off the internet. But until then, check out videos every single day. You can all the best of the best and the best of the worst. Content you know and love. And also other stuff on youtube.com/WinterStarcraft. Like and subscribe, or else. And then Prime Gaming, because Amazon has to get in on this. You can subscribe to a streamer of your choice every month for free. And even though I'm a vampire and you probably won't see me live, if you can't tell it's a rerun right now, it doesn't really matter. So, here we are. Thank you. Thank you guys for sticking around. That is a very... Is he just... Game 3, MaxPax versus Bly. The WardiTV Summer Championship Pool Party Kickoff event. We'll see who sinks and who swims in this true Starcraft 2 experience. These players are hitting almost exclusively below the belt, such as it is. And then maybe taking off the belt, and you can think about what happens next. And here we go. MaxPax blocks Bly's natural, so Bly, it's only fair. Here we are. Bly will be taking MaxPax's natural. MaxPax brings a few probes down to have a strong talking to. There's no pool. The probe came in, saw no pool, no gas. So this is just here out of spite. And, of course, like to actually block it. But he's just going to build 3 gateways. Okay? Cybercore, overrated. Zealots, rated about right. No, wait. Or maybe he misclicked the site. It's unclear. Anyways, the probes putting the work in. Some of them demonstrating they don't even need minerals. They already have minerals. So this hatchery, not really bothering them at all. But they're definitely bothered on the inside. Does he get the Evo? Oh! But wait, there's more! There's that little spot of creep to just dabble your Evo in. I mean, the probe's gonna do it. Does he get the spore? Okay, I gotta... He didn't even have, even if he wanted to. Oh. Yeah, wait, maybe wait till you get the Nexus down before you pull the probes back, MaxPax. There wasn't even a pool done to get a... Oh, there's a Zealot over here. Well, that's annoying. So, once again, we're going to be having a game. It's definitely going to be something new. Not the script we'll see in every... Not like one Oracle into a Void Ray into a third base, and then the Zerg player does a Queen... But no. Here we are again. Couple of Adepts versus Slowlings. Hatchery's precarious at best. How many hits does it take for a Zealot to get to the center of a hatchery? We're surprisingly close to finding out. That Zealot pretty pissed off at the end of the day. Slow Zerglings, strongly discouraging the Adepts from getting any closer. The Adepts throwing mad shade. Four drones, and they get out. That's the worst part. Bly is at 18 drones, which is not great. I mean, it's not 12, which he started with, but it's not much higher either. So, he does have a lot of Zerglings. I like, usually this is the analysis mode time, alright? Like, this is where we break down what's gonna happen, why, like, what strategies are common, what options play out on this map. But the last two games have kind of undercut, and so far this one, have undercut my ability to draw on past experience. Because I haven't had nearly this much experience swimming through raw sewage. But there's always time. Well, the Overlord's just kind of hanging out, as Overlords do. That's kind of their job. A Void Ray showing up, but the Overlord just... Okay, no gas. Did it also see the main? Yeah, it just did the full tour. Alright, now it can die happy. Sees the gas timing at the natural. I don't even know if that's a tell or not. He is mining from it. And also, if you were going to fake the gas, why wouldn't you take both? Like, why would you take one? So it does seem to be part of the actual progression of the strategy, such as it is. Whatever that might end up being. One Adept is not enough Adept. Uh-oh. Well, that was about the last possible second. The Adepts just not really tucking themselves in, not by that pylon how they need to. So MaxPax kind of losing 3 Adepts he didn't need to lose. But at the same time, that's a lot of Zerglings too, so... Was it worth it? Well, 2 more Adepts. Nice Evo block from Bly, but the Adepts do kind of walk by it. There's that problem. Well, this is doing a lot of damage. They're just kind of throwing units at each other to see what sticks here. 8 Adepts have died, but so have 25 Lings, which is a very high number. Oh, well, that Adept needed to hold, like, it needed to hold its arms out. But unfortunately, that Adept was crossing its arms in defiance, and the Zergling somehow slipped by, and now we'll kill 9 probes, which really should not happen. Oh my god, beautiful probe micro in the main, but yeah, you gotta like stand in the middle of the doorway, okay? So that's surprisingly effective. Well, I thought it would get more. I thought it would get like 7 of them. Stasis freezes a few drones. Now that Bly has 68 drones. Where the hell? Wow. Despite everything that's happened, at 7 minutes, he's at 70 drones. That's actually pretty insane. When he wants to macro, he macros hard. Man, he micros soft. He massaged the lings into the natural. MaxPax is now kind of committed to the Void Rays. I'm sure he's no stranger to that. But... Alright, the knitting crew come together. Why is there no creep here? What, Lucille? Okay, calm down. We just invited you. You're not gonna get invited back. Okay? Stop complaining. We have a method. Unfortunately, well, the queen, what are we doing? Where are you going? There's a revelation. Like, MaxPax knows. Are there any other units? Okay, there are Hydras on the way. Does not get anything. The recall is used. So, revenge! The queen push. It's just queens right now. The Hydras will join up. But the queens forge the path. Disruptor on the way. A whole lot of Hydras. Yeah, the Disruptor is going to be very important. A lot of static. Are you just going to turn around? He does have a nice amount of drones to fall back on. Alright. Disruptor popping out. That first shot is going to be a big deal here. Even if he just hits the queens and they heal, that's a lot of energy. Where are you going? That Oracle probably didn't... Okay. So Bly is adding on a infestation pit. He can go Hive. Like, this is the most macro queen push I may have ever seen. But he was under no obligation to actually attack. Bly had a perfectly good economy back at home. The queens were just feeling adventurous, and MaxPax did have to respect it. That still was enough queens to make the Void Rays blush. So this is happening over here. Ladies, please. Please. No, the depths. Kind of an odd choice to be sending out. There are some disruptors involved. That's a nice ball of Hydras, too. 32 Hydras. Oh, there goes the Observer. Zergling's gonna work to cancel the 4th. Are there any warp-ins? Adepts will be warped in. I don't think Glaives... No, wait, those are Zealots. Neither Glaives nor Charge. The creep is just here. Bly is just up in MaxPax's business, as he has been for most of this series. The fleet of Void Rays here, with Flux Veins on the way, still very vulnerable to... Alright, so that's a lot of... Wow. Alright, boxes out the Zerglings. Great force fields here. Disruptors! Decent connections to kick things off, holding on to one. A beautiful fungal, but a wraparound Ruptor. And he slides back over the rocks. The 4th base looks like it's vulnerable. The armies are kind of awkwardly sized. Both of them have armies that could kill each other. Bly will be able to get the base. Disruptor flies in. So Bly is going to go Ultralisk. And I think at this stage, it actually is the call. Because Bly wants to hammer the point home. He's not 80 drones. He's got 5 bases to 3. The Ultras are for breaking MaxPax. They're not finesse-oriented units. The Disruptor's getting surprisingly ambitious against a Zerg who's on creep. And, of course, there is a little bit of an asterisk that the creep is literally everywhere but immediately outside his next eye. But still, the Queens are back to continue their efforts. Cannon's not quite finished over in the top left, and MaxPax is slowly but surely mining out of his first couple of bases here. Looks like a commitment to the attack here. The Zerglings out in front. Disruptor zoning. Another Void Ray. There's only so much map! Oh, he snipes the Disruptor barely in time. Fungal. Nexus not done. No shield battery overcharged by Chromial Shroud. The carrier's out of interceptors. All taken out. 20 more Hydras on the way. MaxPax battered down to 120 supply. Queens. Ultralisks. Chitinous plating. Baneling speed. Bly has been dancing back and forth. And now he's ready to lay down the killing blow. If he misses the shot, then this is a very costly army to lose, but okay. The Queens may be a little bit out ahead of themselves. Fires a disruptor shot, transfuses keep things together, another shot. The Ultra is trapped. MaxPax helps him out. Another shot. How does the Ultra with chitinous plating? The Disruptors are good against Ultras, but you don't want to commit the shot there. Wow, that's so many Hydras. There's just no splash damage. The unending tide. Okay, well. Another shot. These are some juicy hits, but Bly is not playing a war of efficiency. He's playing a war of attrition, and he's still winning. But MaxPax is landing the shots here. 47 Hydralists have died. It is not cost effective. The only question will be, is it effective? Oh. The Ultra is a bit unwieldy to use. The creep is on almost every other base besides this top left. Can he actually hold it? You gotta target the Ultras with the Void Rays in an odd exchange. No, watch out! Oh, okay. He was intentionally going for the Changelings. The creep spots all of the unit. Where are the observer? Where's an observer? He has an observer, but apparently one observer's not gonna cut it. Bly is expanding to MaxPax's, what should be his 4th. Storm is on the way. Better late than never. But there's still a long time out, so it could end up being never either way. MaxPax is building up enough interceptors. He has +2 air attack, which is good, not great. He's very reliant on the spellcasters still. Disruptor shot, clips a Bane. Not what he's looking for. Gonna be hard. He needs Storm. He needs Storm. Hard to miss Storm. It's desperate now. Baneling's crashing through. He has to shoot his own Nexus. Viper's involved. Yanks a carrier in. Disruptor shots from the left flank. The Ultras tank him. They're so large, they just eat the shots. Banelings crashing through have reduced the probe count, but MaxPax's army is very capable. Will he ever be able to bring it all to bear? 4 Ultras and a bunch of Lings could chew through all this. Watch out! What's happening, everyone? Where's the storms? Oh, the thing is, the Hydras don't die instantly to Storm. MaxPax caught looking the other way. The Nexus is gone even if the Ultralists are traded. There's not that many interceptors. Bly has every other base on the map right now. So he doesn't have that much money in the bank. Like, he's been losing a lot, but maybe not enough. More storms. Almost kills his own observer. The carriers are a rich man's unit. Every interceptor, a drain on the economy. Bly could trade Hydras for, like, 1 Hydra for 1 interceptor at this rate. For the last 10 minutes, essentially, Bly has maintained a significant economic lead. And it's not getting any better. That is a fierce... he's bringing some probes out. This is not a happy place for MaxPax. Those interceptors are not things he can lose. He can't afford to rebuild them. Why did you buy carriers on a Phoenix economy? Okay. What was the down payment? Surprisingly high. Oh, there go the Templar. A Baneling found the connection. The Hydra's closing in. This is as far as the carriers are gonna get. Bly's just A-moving, relying on killing the interceptors. Now there's enough gone. He can maybe target the carriers. But if he retreats, there's just gonna be Ricky and his friend, Ricky and Bobby here. I can't believe that there's no way those swarm hosts are intentional. The queens, a surprisingly awkward fight, but the thing is, at the end of the day, MaxPax can't defend and attack. What he's charging, he's throwing the interceptors out there, so they're already attacking. Ricky's down for the count, not sure why. The Hydra count. It looks like he is going to trade a Hydra for every interceptor. At this rate, that's what we're looking at. 136 Hydras to 212 interceptors. But MaxPax is done mining. And eventually, the interceptors will be gone. Bly has no money in the bank. So this is getting a little awkward. MaxPax can only oh no, the Overlords! Oh no, he's gonna actually get supply blocked. That is terrible. Oh, of all the things. Wow. Oh my god, you can't afford, he can't afford to rebuild. Okay, wait a second. The Overlord's just hanging out, chilling. The Hydra count is up to 20. Another hatch down. Recall should still be... Oh, how long does it take one Void Ray to kill an Ultra with Chitinous Palladium plus 2 armor? I think too long. He's going to target... Oh, there were 2 Spires, which was quite optimistic. Bly is still supply blocked. He's just going to base trade. He can't actually fight the carriers. MaxPax's carriers have carried him potentially this far. And how much further will be the question. Like, he still has the rest of the map, but his drone count is surprisingly low. There are Vipers on the way. MaxPax is dragging whatever minerals he can out. How many does he have left? 4 interceptors, a dozen, a couple dozen. There's now 48 interceptors against 20 Hydras. A Void Ray working on this. There are Templar on the high ground. So we've really boiled it down to the important pieces here, haven't we? I think MaxPax is kind of confused as to where the Hydras are. He's going to go for the main. Parasitic Bomb is not incredible. He found the Hydras, which means the carriers can run the main through. Oh, he's got to... No, you got to kill the Hive so he doesn't rebuild the Hydra Den. Okay, he does. There's an infestation pit, which is probably a good call. A recall is is maybe a questionable call, but many calls being made. I'm surprised he didn't kill the Hydra Den. Like, of all the things to not kill, the Hydra Den seems like a pretty high priority to me. But he decides that he gets the Spires in the Hive, and he's good. Not the spawning pool, which could be pretty easily rebuilt. Bly has built a fierce Zerg army here. This is the kind of army he's so good with. He's got the infestors now. He's got the pieces. Oh, but the feedback. 0 out of 5. Would not get fungled again. Very harsh reviews from those Templar. Though not as... only emotionally damaging now. There's the lair, and there goes lair number 2. Alright. MaxPax is nearly out of minerals. Honestly, fungal on the interceptors might be the play. Oh, an infestor pops out into a tough world. Oh, feedback! The Templar! Oh, the observer. Does he see it? He could fungal it. I think one fungal would kill. The observer's kind of a huge deal here. Does he have another observer? Yes. Well, MaxPax down to the probes he started with. Yeah, he really needs to get rid of that observer. A fungal hits all the carriers for marginal damage. Feedback. He finally gets the observer, but there's no more energy. The storms! Well, here we go. We're apparently to the side of the screen constantly. Look away! The storm zoning. That's a lot of energy. Another layer down. Lie's running out of bases. But MaxPax has no mining. MaxPax is out of mining. The drone count starting to resemble the drone. I mean, to resemble the probe count. That infestor just evaporated. Is there abduct? He yanks a carrier. Gets one. Gets two. Oh. If he can just... And every interceptor is a permanent loss. 6 probes left. I don't know where MaxPax is going. He's building an observer with 1/4 of his bank. MaxPax doesn't have time to just sit back. There's still Vipers. Storm. But he's storming his own interceptors. Storms are doing... Oh my god, the Templar are just closing in on their own. He's got to fight with the water balloons. Another set of storms. He's just kind of zoning out. Fungal hits the Templar. There's literally nowhere else to run. Yanks the carriers in. Storms blanket the army. The Hydra count. Oh my god, there's nothing left. He's gonna recall the carriers, but to what end? Bly, pushed to the ends of the earth. The storm's getting involved and also killing interceptors. He recalls him out of the game. MaxPax surprisingly timid with his carriers at the end. They became his savior, and such he wanted to keep them alive. But this pool party of splash damage seems to be at an end. Bly, in typical Bly manner, just twists the game into such a delusional bastardization of StarCraft that you can only laugh and or cry in both confusion, excitement, and concern. But this pool party, with great effort and the loss of nearly everything, goes to Bly. Thank you for watching. Check out these videos. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. What did you think? Where did it all go wrong? And why did you say the first lobby creation? Thank you for watching. Good luck and have fun. Stay chill.